And we have no more old people in this country. No more old people. We shipped them all away, and we brought in these senior citizens. Isn't that a typically American 20th century phrase? Bloodless, lifeless. No pulse in one of them. A senior citizen. But I've accepted that one. I've come to terms with it. I know it's here to stay. We'll never get rid of it. That's what they're going to be called, so I'll relax on that. But the one I do resist, the one I keep resisting, is when they look at an old guy and they'll say, look at him, Dan. He's 90 years young. Imagine the fear of aging that reveals. To not even be able to use the word old to describe someone, to have to use an antonym. And fear of aging is natural, it's universal, isn't it? We all have that. No one wants to get old, no one wants to die, but we do. So we bullshit ourselves. I started bullshitting myself when I got to my 40s. As soon as I was in my 40s, I'd look in the mirror and I'd say, well, I guess I'm getting older.
BlazeBodyz! Hello everyone! I'm sorry, last week I couldn't do it, couldn't get on here. It was absolutely insane, crazy, and probably due to the fact that this week's holiday coming up, people are freaking out, and that's a good thing. Speaking of holidays coming up, this weekend is the 4th of July, and it's my birthday! And as you saw in the clip in the beginning of this video, it's all about getting old. But really, is it? It's not. It's age. It's a cliche to say this, but age is just a number. But really, age is what you put into yourself. Because I've mentioned it many times before in the past. It's I'm in my late 40s. I'll be 49 to be exact. And quite honestly, I could literally do anything I wanted to do now at 49, almost 50 years old, as I could do back when I was in my teens. I'm not kidding. The problem arises that as you get chronologically progressed, or otherwise known as getting old, as I've mentioned many times before, things get challenging. No matter how much you put into it, it's going to be harder. And I say that to these younger people all the time. I said, here, people always assume they see people like myself or people who work out consistently, and we would appear to be in extraordinary condition. In other words, the freaks you see in the gym, they always assume that genetically that we're at an advantage and we have it easy and we don't have to work hard. That's bullshit. That's a cop-out. I'll be honest, I've never worked harder in my life at staying in shape at my age. And as I've gotten older, 30, then 40, now almost 50, it literally gets harder and harder and harder. It's not easy, and it requires more and more dedication, and dedication is a rarity these days. These younger people nowadays think they take everything for granted. No disrespect, but if you're not in good shape and you're in your 20s and you don't do something about it, your 30s will come very fast, and it's like going on a long run, and the further you go out, the further you got to go, come all the way back. I'm telling you right now, get on it now. Now, one thing that I can honestly say that's kept me in check my entire life of working out, this weekend literally will be, to the number, 40 years I've been working out with weights. Not fucking around, excuse my French, working out. I'm talking full force, consistent, every single year for like over 25 years. I've gotten myself into contest shape, whether it's a contest literally or two, or I use my birthday nowadays as the contest date. Whatever it is, I make myself get into my absolute best shape I can get every single year, and that's kept me accountable. But having said that, it's about staying within a particular range. I've never allowed my body fat percentage to go or exceed above 10%. For many years, I on purpose in the off season would literally on purpose fatten myself up, and that would end up being around 20 to 25 pounds over my contest weight, but I still was never over 10 or 11%. 11 at the max. So here I am, a week away from being 49, and I'm probably hanging at about 7% body fat right now. And it's not because it's easy. It's because I've busted my ass to stay like that. So old age, whatever you want to call it, you can call it a good thing, or you could assume it's a bad thing. But it's really what you make of it. If you want to be an old man, old woman, decrepit, fat, out of shape, the heavy, let's just be honest, the fatter you are, the more unhealthy you are. So as you get older, you want to stay as healthy as you possibly can. And the only way to do that is from being absolutely diligent with exercise and eating clean. I'm telling you, you can do it. I know for a fact. I see it on a daily basis. I have people in their mid 70s, mid 60s, mid 50s, mid 30s, mid 20s, all the way down to 14 years old. They all train consistent, and they take shit seriously. And you can too. Don't let old age be an excuse for you to be out of shape and unhealthy. Now, getting back to a couple of segments ago, we were talking about the dad bod. Don't be a dad bod. Don't be a fat, lazy piece of crap. More importantly, don't be that for your family and your loved ones. Be healthy and in shape, and most importantly, do it for yourself. That's the most important thing. So, again, the many things I've learned in the last 40 years now, this coming weekend, of working out. There's many certainties I can definitely attest to. One is that it's all about nutrition. I've been saying that every single time I've gotten on here. It's 90% of your battle of staying in shape, getting fit, whatever your goals are, losing weight, gaining weight, getting fit, whatever athletic event, whatever competition, bodybuilding, fitness, whatever you've decided to do, or just for your own sake, feeling good about yourself, it's 90% nutrition. Number 2, it's all about consistency. The more consistent you are, the better the results. Because if you put forth a 60% effort into whatever you're doing, you're going to get nothing in return. It doesn't work. You need to put forth the work to achieve the rewards. It's that plain and simple. Those are the 2 major things I can honestly tell you. Now, a third would be, what's the best form of exercise? The best form of exercise in relation to changing your body composition for the better is weight training. weight resistance training. That can be on many different levels of faucets. It could be just standard basic weight training. Whatever works for you. It could be powerlifting. I'm not really a big fan of it. I did some of it in the military, and I've employed, parts of it in my own training with other people, but I'm not a big fan of competitive powerlifting. In addition to like CrossFit, but those particular avenues are still, if that's what works for you, then use that. But I can honestly say that the only thing that's going to change your body for the most part is weight resistance training. Weight bearing resistance training. You must employ an overload weekly, meaning you must challenge yourself either in poundage or in reps, or you need to change things around on a regular basis to see your body change. Sticking to the same old plan for more than 2 or 3 weeks at a time, your body's just going to get stagnant. It's going to get comfortable. If you want to change your body, you can't be comfortable. So, and then, cardio, and the fourth thing I can honestly, certifiably say is cardio is absolutely essential for your heart and lungs and respiratory health. But it's probably the most overrated form of exercise for fat loss. It is not the end-all or be-all of fat loss. That is all controlled by what you're eating, what are you putting in your mouth, including the weight training and some cardio. But cardio alone will not change your body. It will not. So those 4 things I can honestly say that they are without a doubt a shadow in my mind, the truth. And the things that I've learned in the last 40 years, amongst the other gazillion things I could tell you. All right, my friends, I am going to leave you, and I'm going to wish you all a very happy 4th of July weekend. And the next time I see you, I may appear to be a little bit older. I'm trying my best not to let that happen. So thank you for all the times you come on here and listen to me babble. I hope that I've said this before, I hope that I've been helpful. And I'll continue to do this as long as I possibly can, because it's fun. So I'll see you guys all very soon. Have a great and safe weekend.